Biodiversity underpins nature's contributions to people and provides ecosystems, goods, and services that are essential to human health and well-being. Many individuals do not think about the damage they are causing on biodiversity. However, it is very important as humans to realize the impact we have on biodiversity because without it, our lives can no longer be sustained. On the other side, biodiversity supports everything in nature that we need to survive: food, clean water, medicine, and shelter.
So how can we reconcile the emerging needs of human beings regarding their health and the needs to protect the growth of biodiversity? Here are important tips you should know about. First, support local organic farms. Create small local farms that optimize the variety, quantity, and quality of the food that is produced. Second, eat seasonally. Boost the acceptance of eating locally grown seasonal food like rice, soybeans, corn, and other agricultural products. Third, grow meat on grass. Alternatively, use managed, highly rotational pastured livestock in place of industrially raised animals. Studies have already demonstrated that these techniques boost the diversity of the environment. Number 4, create agricultural pods in areas adjacent to large population zones. This could involve planting fruit trees in parks, intensive farming on vacant lots, hydroponic farming in abandoned factories, and more. Number 5, zone land used for food production that promotes biodiversity as protected agriculture sanctuaries. Number 6, include habitat landscapes within the food production zones, like hedgerows, ponds, bird and bat houses, forests, and more. Number 7, waste less food. We throw out too much. Gather consumable food to donate to those in need. Turn real garbage into compost or animal feed. And lastly, demand better quality food. Inorganic fertilizers and pesticides are increasingly needed as a result of mass monoculture food production. Effective and efficient operations offer the variety required to lessen reliance on chemical aids. That will be all. Thank you.
What are small ways that you think would promote safekeeping our biodiversity? We can participate in biodiversity conservation by increasing our knowledge of environmental issues, increasing our awareness of the impacts of biodiversity loss, and increasing support for government policies and action that conserve our valuable ecosystems. We can become educators and role models as stewards of the environment by aiding in the recovery of species at risk and preventing other species from becoming at risk. Habitat stewardship consists of activities that range from enhancing the quality of soil, water, air, and other natural resources, to monitoring and conserving wildlife species and their habitat by donating the property to a land trust. We humans depend on biodiversity, and preserving all of these things means preserving ourselves too.
Common human activities that can harm biodiversity. First one is littering. Littering can be defined as making place or area untidy with rubbish or incorrectly disposing waste. The second way is smoking. Tobacco industry releases huge amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere everywhere, which greatly contribute to global warming. The cigarette butts are also litter the environment, and the toxic chemicals in the residue seep into soils and waterways, thereby causing soil and water pollution, respectively. Animals and plants come into contact or absorb the toxic substances from the cigarette residue are gonna be affected as well. The third one is driving. Car pollutants cause immediate and long-term effects on the environment. Car exhausts emit a wide range of gases and solid matter, causing global warming. manufacturing, poor management of waste contribute significantly to the reduction of greenhouse gases as well as polluting the atmosphere, water, and soil, thus impacting on biodiversity and the health in ecosystem on what we defend. The fifth one is overexploitation, the removal of marine living resources to levels that are too low for sustaining viable population.
What would be the consequences if this human activity might stop or prohibited? All the human structures will be covered by leaves. The whole areas will be filled with green grass and trees, and animals will start hunting each other for the food like they used to do. And maybe more stuff. These are the only things that I expect to happen. Biological diversity is quite important because it helps maintain the ecological balance in the system. Different animals and plants depend on the other to fulfill all of their needs. For example, we human beings depend on the various animals and plants for our clothes, shelter, and food. Other species also do the same and depend on a variety of other species to sustain them and provide them with the basics. Biodiversity in its beautiful richness ensures that the earth is fit enough for the survival of each and every one of the organisms living on earth.
A pleasant afternoon to everyone. I am Shane Mintal and I'll be discussing the overall collage of our group. If you think that only environmental values are being preserved by biodiversity, then you are wrong, as human values are also highly protected by the same. A complete global balance is being maintained by biodiversity. Humans can now get social, spiritual, cultural, physical, and economic benefits as a result of a healthy ecosystem, which is also a part of biodiversity. Our collage shows how the impact of biodiversity is essential for the processes that support all life on Earth, including humans. Without a wide range of animals, plants, and microorganisms, we cannot have the healthy ecosystems that we rely on to provide us with the air we breathe and the food we eat. Biodiversity also holds the value for potential benefits not yet recognized, such as new medicines and other possible unknown services. Spending time in nature is increasingly understood to lead to improvements in people's physical and mental health. In conclusion, biodiversity provides numerous ecosystem services that are crucial to human well-being at present and in the future. As human beings, we have the responsibility to preserve the actual value of nature both for ourselves and for the future generations. We must all make efforts to conserve biodiversity rather than contributing towards its declination.